distinguished panelists, and my dear friends. You heard two legs of this entire scheme, and bankers are at the final leg. We are at the last mile situation, and that reminds me of one thing when I relate our situation. In our families also, the youngest person is normally made to run around for every small or any sundry work of the family, and whenever there is a prestigious event, that person is required to move a lot, and the success of that event depends on how much he is running around. If event fails, even then he is blamed, whether it was within his capabilities or not. Bankers also, I have been attending many of the forums for this, but because we are at the last leg, we are at the last mile, and in fact, the success of this DBT particularly will much depend on how efficient this last mile is functioning. And therefore, our job becomes more critical insofar as success of this implementation of DBT is concerned. Aadhaar linkage, yes, we have the responsibility of linking of Aadhaar numbers. There are a lot of Aadhaar numbers there, but when we look at linking of Aadhaar numbers, I think we need to do the analysis of what is the composition of Aadhaar, which is actually for the beneficiaries who are coming under this DBT schemes, and how much is given to the non-beneficiaries. Today, if you look at this composition, what we find is most of the Aadhaars are given to the non-beneficiary components. Many people, elite people, because of the awareness, we have applied for the Aadhaar, but when you go to slightly interior part of the country where exactly beneficiaries are staying, the Aadhaar is not issued in equal numbers, and that is where the gap comes, that beneficiaries are there, Aadhaar numbers are not there. Our job is to open the accounts based on the KYC norms as stipulated. The KYC norms are extremely simplified. Just now Pandey Sahab has told that his maid servant was, her account was opened within a few minutes. Practically it is happening after KYC norms are relaxed. Today we don't find it that difficult for anybody to open the account. Linking of Aadhaar number also is equally easier if you have the Xerox copy of Aadhaar, or if you have the Aadhaar, at least something which you can authenticate, okay, this is the Aadhaar number. Because being at the last stage of this distribution system, it becomes our responsibility that the money goes to the proper person. Whenever we get the list from the government departments for linking of Aadhaar, initially we get the list of the beneficiaries, wherein we need to open the accounts. Many times the lists are having incomplete names, the lists are having just initials, like in Maharashtra, if I say SD Joshi, there will be hundreds of SD Joshi. There has to be a proper name, there has to be a proper address to identify. If address is incomplete, we find it difficult to locate the person. Even if we locate the person, how do we identify this person is the same person? So identification of the person and opening his account is the responsibility of the bank, where exactly we find slightly difficulties in that process. Many times when the list comes for the seeding of Aadhaar numbers, we find that there are duplication of the same number. I have sent one list to the ministry wherein a repeated same number was written to few of the entries. Now, how do we link that account, that particular Aadhaar number, to how many accounts we can link it? One more thing we have to understand, that our systems are independent of UIDAI or independent of NPCI. Suppose my name is there and my Aadhaar number is there, and if I link it with my CBS system, it doesn't go back in the backend and check with the UID whether it is the correct number or not. So my responsibility remains with how authenticate number or information is coming to me for linking of that Aadhaar number with my bank account. if that correctness is there, and that is why we said if the government departments are certifying this is the correct Aadhaar number, we are definitely immediately linking that, because then the responsibility of giving the correct information has been already taken care of by the government departments. But in the absence of that, we find it difficult that how do we, and many times, let me tell you, the account numbers are incomplete or the numbers are incomplete. Whatever 14 digit numbers are there, there may be 1 or 2 digit missing. In that case, how do we recheck it? We don't have access to the Aadhaar system, that, and even if you punch that number, you will not get, because it is an incomplete number. You can try it yourself. So we, at last mile, we do have certain challenges which we are trying to solve it. But now, what we have developed as, suppose somebody's Aadhaar number is not there, but account number is there. Then we have developed a systems of a sequential transaction processing, wherein when the transactions are pushed with the Aadhaar number, it will check the Aadhaar number first, and if that person is having account number, amount will be credited to his account. But if that person is not having Aadhaar number, then the account number, it will go to the account number, and based on the account number it will get credited. And once this system is stabilized, perhaps just now Mr. Hota said out of 1,65,000 were rejected. That rejection will not come, because most of the rejections were because there were no Aadhaar numbers linked with the account numbers. I think once, if Aadhaar number is not there, and if we process it based on the account number, perhaps the linkage rejection rates will definitely drop down. We are creating infrastructure. Let me tell you, all the nationalized banks today, we have completed almost 100 years of our existence. We are very near to 100 years. Some banks have crossed 100 years of our existence, out of which almost 65 years in this independent country. Whatever we did for last 100 years, now we are required to do in multiplication of that in the 3 years. So there is a pressure on our infrastructure, there is a pressure on our resources. We are outsourcing lot of activities. We are going to the far-flung villages through banking correspondents. But whenever we have these outsourcing activities, our dependencies are increased on the efficiency of those outsourcing agencies. The outsourcing agencies also are finding it very difficult to actually go to these far-flung areas, hilly areas, forest covered areas. There are technology issues involved. Technology is not available, because in the secured environments, technology will be available. But when you really go to the far-flung places, in fact, I had in my slide one area. If I am permitted to show only one slide, I can show you what is the, now, this is the present coverage of our country insofar as coverage is concerned, financial inclusion. This green portion, what you are seeing on the map of this India, this is uncovered portion, my dear friends. Only the blue portion which is there, there is a high level of financial inclusions, and that also level is high. It is not a 100% financially included portion. The pink color what you are seeing, it's a moderate level. Rest all country, if you look at from north to south and east to west, this is the coverage. And if you look at this central part, particularly Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, this particular area is a thickly populated area. Now we as a banker, we are required to cover this entire country within a period of next 3 years. We are doing our level best. We have created our infrastructure. We are going into all these far-flung areas. Today, all our resources, human power is actually engaged in all these areas. You must be aware the limitations on recruitments also. Our rural branches particularly are extremely under pressure while taking on these challenges. But still, we are doing our best. We are quite confident. Our technology partners are also supporting us, and based on their support, I think we will do it. We are quite sure that whatever today we are facing the problems, all the problems will be overcome very shortly. Insofar as DBT is concerned, the beneficiaries are not that much. The beneficiaries are very few, because when the lists come to us, we really sometimes get surprised that the number of persons which are appearing in the list are so meager, and most of the times it has happened that 90% of them are already having account, hardly 10% people we are required to open the accounts. But that beneficiary list doesn't reflect that this country with the green portion, they are having actually that many accounts. In fact, even today, almost 66% of our population, or roughly around 80 crore people, are outside this banking, mainstream banking, and we are trying our level best to get them in this fold. I'm sure with the cooperation from all the state governments, cooperation from all our technology partners, and cooperation from the beneficiaries themselves. Like, let me tell you, beneficiaries are also the level of financial literacy, the level of awareness about the government schemes is also extremely low at this beneficiary's end, and the response levels because of that are also coming extremely low. Whenever banks are going to open the accounts, people are not even responding. Our business correspondents are many times requesting us that you please back up us, please come with us. Bankers are required to go there, camp there. We are camping in the villages, camping in the remote areas for opening up the accounts. But the responses are still low, and we have to create a lot of awareness. I think once all of us are joining together hands, definitely we can build a very strong nation.